What's going on YouTube? This is Fishery Phil, bringing you an update on my innovative Marine Nuvo 40. Finally got some fish in the tank. It took a little bit under 3 weeks to finally get this tank cycled using Fish to Cycle, and yeah, everybody, I was so excited to finally get fish in here. This is probably this is my favorite aquascape I've done. I've had in any of my tanks thus far. Definitely during salt. Very close to probably freshwater. I might have one other tank that might rival this in my in terms of my excitement and my love of it. But yeah, finally got some fish in here. Got my clownfish, my blue-green comus that were from the Fluval Evo 13.5, and I've added a sub-adult, maybe even female Macosca flasher wrasse, which is perfect because I have a male Macosca wrasse that's in the African variant, blackfin variant. That's a in terminal phase. I finally found out what that meant. If you ever have any question in regards to when you hear terminal phase when in talking about flasher wrasses, that means it will never. It's a male and it will always be a male. It will never revert to being female. They may lose some coloration in regards to if they're not flashing or anything like that. So they may lose a little bit of coloration. From my understanding, it is probably better if you have multiple wrasses in there to kind of keep this coloration and keep it kind of showing off or peacocking, if you will. I typically keep multiple. I try to keep multiple flasher wrasses. Haven't been the most successful at it, but they are one of my favorite fish. I'm, like I said, getting better at this. I had this male, sub-adult female in here. Don't know which one right now, which is perfect because I'm going to be adding that male very soon. Right now I have these three in here, kind of loving the tank. Yeah, and it looks beautiful. Like this is, it's finally getting fish in here. It gives me a good gauge in terms of what I want to add in here. I think I'm going to be adding a few more fish in here. Definitely going to go with my tail spot blenny. Love those fish. They just have a great personality. Also, love the fact that they eat algae. And with all the rocks I picked, they have lots of holes and crevices. There's lots of caves throughout the aquascape. That is definitely can be had. Actually, the skull, as you can see. Actually, those eyes, they can actually swim through, which that Macosca wrasse seems to do it every once in a while. Let me see if he'll go in there now. Dip in there. No, he's waiting for food. They're waiting for food. That's why they're coming to the top there. I'm very excited. Right now, if you can see, I have one of my current pumps running right now. I still have to get that second one installed there. So that'll actually perfect segue to my equipment that I'm using. As you can see, I'm already using the current. These are the smallest ones, so I believe there's 600 ones on both sides. I am using the Innovative Marine mid-size protein skimmer, and I am very, very surprised. I haven't been running it long, but this thing is so quiet. You hear that? You actually take the cup off, and this is the breaking phase. I've probably been running it like a few days, and you can see right here I have a lot of filter floss in here. This is because I am using the UV filter, and I believe it's the let me see here if I can grab this information here, the Aqua Shield mid-size UV sterilizer. So the mid-size equipment seems to be what fits here. And I'm not using the stock return. I'm actually using their mini jet. Once again, um, Innovative Marine's mini jet. This is the mid-size one, of course. Seems, like I said, seems to be a theme here. Does up to 538 gallons per hour. So it gives me a little bit more gallons per hour. But the thing I like about it more, it gives me options in terms of flow. So I'm not, as you can see, I'm not using, like I had in previous pumps in my Cobalt Aquatics, any of the spin nozzles or anything like that, because with the pump, it actually has different variants which you could pulse, steady stream, so it allows me to do that without actually having to put up the spin nozzles on there, which I prefer because it seems to be more noisy having those moving parts in there. I just never had any luck with those in regards to noise. In terms of them working, they work pretty well, and I actually I probably should have cleaned them as much more than I did, but I didn't really have to clean them as much as I thought I was going to. But for the most part, they work pretty well without stopping. But I want to run this tank without that. In terms of, and I know we get a little crazy in this hobby in regards to noise. Honestly, this tank pretty much is running as is. I'm not adding any other equipment on here. Perhaps when we get to corals, I might be dosing. More than likely, I will be auto dosing. So so you'll have that noise. Probably not during the time I'm sitting here, so I'm not going to hear it. And obviously the auto top off. So outside of noise, this is literally, I'm sitting here on the couch right here, and it's going to be whisper quiet, I think. I'm very excited about this tank. I'm running an Innovative Marine, AI Prime HD light white. Got a great deal on this one. And this right here, I'm going to be running this refugium in this here in return. I have a Chaeto in here. I have this light coming on a manual timer. And this is a grow light I got off Amazon for like 15-16 bucks. Actually, I was using this with much success on the Cobalt. So I'm basically, right now, the Cobalt's not running. So I have this up and running on here. And I have right here just the sock. Actually, it is folded up. So I probably have like that much of the actual sock. And in it, I stuff, as you can see here, is filter floss. And underneath it, I have a bag of media, biomedia there. And underneath here, I also have another huge bag of biomedia. And you can see my Tunzi auto top off system that I ran in the Fluval. Now being in here, I don't have it set up so my water level is a little bit low. I'm very excited. This tank is going to be, I'm looking to run this tank for, like I said in previous videos, I'm going to try to get a good 5 to 10 years out of this tank. Love the aquascape. I'm going to do my best to keep this as is. I really don't want to move this aquascape any much more, which is why I've got a little bit of height in there, but I've got a lot of depth, a lot of room, different levels in regards to coral and stuff like that. I may one day change my lights, maybe add another light, I don't know, but I got a lot of room for growth. I don't want to add much in terms of rock work to this. I really love the way it is, so it's going to stay as is for a very long time. Definitely going to want to stay and watch as things progress. Got a lot coming in regards to other tanks, but I just wanted to give you guys an update on here. Did some measuring on my levels yesterday. I do have to, before I even think about adding corals, my alkalinity is a little bit low. So right now I'm working on getting that up. But honestly, I think I'm gonna just do I'm gonna do some water changes on here because I have not done a water change on here after cycling, which I probably should have. Um, but I think I wanted to get the fish in as soon as possible. I am pressed for time. Um, a whole nother situation on that, but yeah, I'm gonna be doing a water change this week. So hopefully, with the water changes coming, that will help raise the alkalinity. I'm using the Red Sea Coral Pro um, salts on all my tanks. I went away from using reef crystals, which worked perfectly, but I've always wanted to try something else. So I thought, like, when we made the move, why not fresh start with everything and see how things go. Coral seemed to respond to the Coral C Pro, but that could be also the fact that I'm kind of letting things go in the other tanks. So more on that at another time, but just wanted to give you an update. Very excited. Definitely, if you haven't already subscribed, you're definitely going to want to subscribe. You're going to want to come along with this on this adventure and see how things progress. A new tank, new day, new build, all new excitement. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, bell. If you have any comments, please comment. I will definitely respond. Yeah, join me on my journey. I think you'll definitely like this tank as much as I do. Anyway, this is Fish Freak Phil giving you an update on my innovative Marine Nuvo 40. Do your research, try things out, and see what happens. Later, y'all.